in 1996, and that was in the summer, and later that fall we began to date, and then a year later we were married. Yeah, we had decided to wait to start a family. For about 2 years we had set that time, and then when we started, thinking about starting a family, we realized after a little while that it might not be a possibility that we were going to be able to have children. So we, after consulting with our doctor, we consulted with a specialist, and after consulting with them, we had decided that it would probably be best that we should adopt.
Probably one of the most difficult times was we had begun the adoption process, started going through the paperwork, and become extremely excited about that, and then we found out that Trish was pregnant. And what ended up happening was shortly thereafter we realized that the child was miscarried. At that point in time, there was so much emotionally invested in the adoption that I would say that helped kind of carry us through that difficult time, because there was this hope that was out there, this idea that, even though this is an unexpected thing and ended up being a difficult thing, the adoption, the imminent hope of that was out there, and it was something that I think to a large extent helped kind of carry us through that time. I mean, there's a process there whenever you're going through it, thinking about, was she born yet? Has she been conceived yet? Probably been conceived during the process, but you began to think about those things on a daily basis. Do you think, is this the day that she'll be abandoned? Is this the day that she'll be found? Is this the day that her mother will make a decision? You go through all those things in your mind and you think, but it's always with the definite sense that even though you don't know who that child is, specifically, it's almost as if, though, that, well, I mean, it's very definite that child is yours, even though paperwork is not done yet. The process is still ongoing.
When we received our referral, we were both at work, and we knew that there was, we knew that we were going to hear something that, yes, we did receive our referral, or no, we didn't receive our referral, because there was some question. I got the telephone call from Abby at Great Wall. She just said she's beautiful, and she told me her birth date and her name and where she was. And then probably about 15 minutes later, we got the email, and I couldn't open the attachment. And Kelly could open his attachment at work, so he had to open the attachment, print it out, and bring it to me at work. And I didn't get anything done the rest of that day, but when we saw her, there was no question. She was ours. And we didn't know anything about her background except for that she was healthy, that she was almost a year old. I loves diapers. Bites, huggies. We're excited about traveling. We're ready to go. And we are going to do a few dry runs of packing before we actually pack. We're going to try to keep it simple. With an hour and 5 minutes to go, I know I am very excited, but also very, very nervous at becoming a mom. So, hoping that I'll be a good mom. I'll be able to understand, be able to comfort her. So I'm very nervous, but excited.
Like her, starting to get the butterflies in my stomach, getting nervous.
The one thing that I want to take home is from this experience, especially today when we get her, is the feeling I have when they first give her to us. I want to cherish that moment. What it's going to feel like is similar to that of a mother who has just given birth and they've put the baby in her arms for the first time, that all the struggles that you have gone through during your journey, during the adoption process, gathering the paperwork, sending it off, and then just waiting. It's been tough, it's been difficult, but it was well worth it. And that we have received a special gift in our little girl that is just an absolute treasure.
You think, oh, my daughter will be this or she'll be that. She'll grow up to be this lovely young woman and goes to medical school or whatever. I mean, you have all these things, but that's really not my hopes. My biggest hopes is that she'll grow up to be
happy.
Of course, happy, but a compassionate individual who looks at her life as having a sense of purpose, and that through that she's able to live a life that is honorable and that is right and is just.
I ditto him.
This is Madeline Yee. She was born the name Du Yee. We're going to keep the middle name, Yee. We call her Madeline Yee.
When we walked into the room in Nanchang, I was looking around to see if I could see her, and there she was, sitting by herself on a chair crying. And I recognized her because the outfit that she was wearing was the outfit that I sent her in her care package. And so I called her name, and she stopped crying and she looked at me. And then they rushed me out of the, they rushed everybody out of the room where the babies were to start the formal ceremonies. But when they put her into my arms, it was like a perfect fit.
I guess the thing that I didn't expect, and maybe I'm speaking too soon, is just, I don't want to say easy, but, well, maybe it is, how easy and natural it's been. 3 weeks from now, it may not be easy, and I'm sure there will be times when it's not easy, but it's been I guess I didn't expect it to be so trouble-free, and it's actually been very, very smooth, very efficient.
I think for me, when I felt a peace that everything was going to be okay, that she was going to bond with us, was when in civil affairs, after we got her, and she just started to walk. And it was like she was cut loose, like the first time she's been able to walk so freely and quickly. She was running all over the place, and from that point on, she was, for the most part, smiles, happy, and it appeared that she was very, very comfortable with us, and we were very, very comfortable with her. What Kelly and I thought would happen when we got here to Guangzhou is that Great Wall would take care of everything to where we didn't have to worry about anything except for our little girl. And that's been the case. The Great Wall staff here is just wonderful, and they've just really taken care of everything for us. That our main concentration has been her, and we really haven't had to think about the paperwork and the documents and all the formalities. So that's been just wonderful. We've been treated wonderfully.